What's up people and welcome to this video, guys. So it's the start of season 5, so I thought we could talk a bit about some tips and tricks how you can go ahead and rank up faster in Pubg Mobile and just overall perform a bit better, get higher ranks and whatsoever. Maybe not become conqueror, but at least have the guidelines to, well, have a better chance of becoming conqueror or the highest rank maybe you have ever been. Okay, so like I said, season 5, it started yesterday. Okay, so I feel like it's a good time to talk about this. And why should you listen to me? Well, if you haven't seen my second channel, Pubg Mobile, I was conqueror in last season and the season before that. But lately, I think in this season I'm not going to be focusing so much on like ranks, because honestly you don't really get anything from ranking up. I think it's just, in one way, you know, doesn't really prove you're good, okay, it doesn't really prove skills, but it is a feature in the game, so, and a lot of people want to get high ranks, so I thought I could talk about it. The first tip I want to get you is, if you really bad want to rank up, okay, number one tip, okay, you gotta drop kinda safe, okay? If you die early in the game, you lose so many points, it is mad, okay? Dying early is like the worst thing ever, okay? And the gameplay which you're seeing right now, you shouldn't really do this. I just landed at like one of the hot spots here. In the Novo, and I'm just going for as many kills as possible. And by the way, this is a gameplay which I never uploaded to my second channel and probably never will, so it's an exclusive gameplay. Anyway, now look at that. Like I said, you want to drop safe. If you land at the hot spot, okay, like boot camp or Pochinki, it's a much higher risk that you will die early game, which you really do not want to do that. So number one tip is you gotta land at the safe spot. Like you will not have as many enemies at the safe spot. You land a bit outside of like the middle. You just go to some random place where you know there won't be as many people. You will be able to loot up without, like, you know, having to fight, and without being worried that maybe you won't find any weapons and someone, you know, kills you before you're finding any weapon. That's like the worst thing, okay? That's like so terrible, especially when you're trying to rank, you know? You land at a spot, you're not finding any weapons, you're hearing people around you, and people are shooting with like assault rifles, and you found a freaking pistol! You know, like, no! Okay, so land at a safe spot. Try to get some good weapons, you know, loot up before, you know, trying to rush people, okay? So usually what I do, if I land at a safe spot and I land at like an assault rifle, I usually play duos, by the way. I found an assault rifle early. What I will do then, I will go ahead and go look up in the sky very early, see if I can see any other enemies like landing near me. If I see that there's other enemies landing close to me, I will rush them immediately. I'm not saying that you should do this, but if you're fighting an assault rifle, the first thing you do, the chances of the enemies doing the same thing is very low, okay? So it's like, you know, picking up the assault rifle, then you just push them immediately. You will have a high chance of actually winning, especially if you're two players, okay, and both of you have already found weapons, and like good weapons. There's a chance that enemies hasn't found that, so, you know, if anyone lands at your safe spot, you can go ahead and delete them kind of early by, you know, if you have good weapons. If you find bad weapons in the beginning and you know that there are other enemies around you, you're really bad at going to try to find some better weapons before engaging the enemies. Because if you're engaging them with the freaking, you know, a bad weapon like a VSS, okay, don't do that. Just don't do that. I'm cringing just thinking about it. Like, why would you engage? I have engaged with VSSs before, but that was like a gameplay like this, when I don't really care about rank, I just want to get high kills. Okay, but that was the first tip. Well, actually it was 2 tips, because my second tip was avoid fights when you have bad weapons. Like I said, you want to loot up, you want to get the good weapons before engaging, okay? But sometimes you will have to fight with bad weapons, okay? And then you have to do that, and you just try to, you know, play strategic, you know, wait for the enemies to come to you, or maybe a surprise attack, and that's also a really good thing to do. So, well, the third tip I have is use energy drinks, okay? Usually when you play, as you can see here in the gameplay, you get a lot of energy drinks and, you know, painkillers. I like to pick up a lot of them, okay, because you can use them all the time. You can use them even though you have full health. And a lot of people, like, you know, comment on my videos, bro, why are you using an energy drink while you have full health? Well, there are some, you know, good things about doing that. If you use like 1 energy drink and 1 painkiller, I think you will almost get, you know, the full orange line, okay? And if you have the full, you know, max powered, you will be able to run a lot faster. And by only drinking 1 energy drink as well, you will also be able to run a lot faster. I usually use energy drinks and painkillers at the end, even though I have full health, you know, when there's a small circle, just because the movement increases so much. And if someone shoots you, your health will just keep going up, you know. If you're like in a battle, you're fighting each other and they hit you a lot, maybe you just have to pop a med kit or, I mean, a first aid. And then, you know, the rest will be healed by itself by, you know, the energy drinks which I've already used. So, you know, at late circles, if you have a lot of energy drinks and painkillers, don't be afraid to use them, okay? If you have like 4 energy drinks and 4 painkillers, you're not gonna use them all if there's like 10 people left. It's a very low chance that you will do that, okay? So yeah. The 4th tip I have for you, I'm not sure how many tips I'm actually gonna go ahead and spit out here, but I'm just gonna mention a lot of things. Smokes, okay? A lot of people already know this, but smokes are just so incredibly good, especially in late game, okay? Because basically what a smoke is you're throwing out basically a wall where the enemies can't see you, okay? If you're in the middle of nowhere, you have no protection whatsoever, a smoke can save your life or your friend's life so many times, okay? It's so important to carry around smokes. It's very underestimated in low tiers because almost nobody uses it. As fast as you become to like Ace, Conqueror, Crown, you know, you will see smokes everywhere, okay? Because if someone gets knocked in your team, all you do is throw a smoke on them. The chances that the enemy will be able to kill that guy who's knocked in the smoke is, you know, it's very low because he can just crawl around there and it's very, very hard to actually hit him when you're shooting there. The only chance you have is you spray at the smoke and hope that you get the hit mark and then try to spray around the place where you got the hit mark. It's very, very hard, okay? So smokes are incredibly good. If you ever seen any tournaments in PUBG or PUBG Mobile, you will see them using smokes almost all the time. I'm very surprised how many smokes they're able to find. Okay, here in the gameplay as well, you can see I'm using a smoke as a, you know, a pushing method, I think. Yes, I'm smoking here between him and me, so you can't see me pushing. That's another technique I used to like. As you can see, I'm pushing forward right here, and so I will be able to throw a grenade into the window. I wouldn't been able to do that if the, you know, the smoke wasn't there, because he would have been able to see me running towards him, okay? So, you know, you can use smokes as aggressive and passive as you want. I like to use them both ways, but as you can see, smokes are just very, very good, because basically you're creating this area, basically like a wall, but they can't see you. You can use it at pushing. I know, it was a very good timing that I actually used it here in the gameplay, but you know. So, another tip I have is in last circle, okay? The last circle is probably the most dangerous. You know, it's the highest risk of dying because enemies can be crawling everywhere. They can be hide. You don't know where they are, okay? Well, saying that you do not know where they are. You want to have very good placement, okay? So basically what a good placement is basically having like some kind of a tree, having some kind of a, you know, stones or rocks around you which you can hide from, because if someone starts shooting you maybe from the back, you can just run around the rock and you know, you have protection from them. Another tip I'm gonna give you is, you know, high ground is sometimes very good to have. It really depends on what location you're in. Sometimes you do not want to have the high ground. Maybe the last circle is, you know, finishing at a hill, where the top is like here and the bottom is here, so it's all the way like this, okay? You can argue that it is best to be on top, and you can argue it's best to be on bottom. It really depends on how much grass it is, how much, you know, rocks and things there are, because sometimes at the bottom it's really easy to hide from the ones who are on the top, and sometimes it's the other way around. So a lot of people are claiming, oh, high ground is always the best. That is not the case. Sometimes having low ground is also the best thing to have. And, you know, when you're taking a look at the minimap, you can see where the circle is gonna push. So you wanna always try to get into that circle as fast as possible, because it's really easy to pick off enemies who's running into the circles late. So yeah, but you can also, you know, there's so many like strategies and tactics you can wanna do in PUBG Mobile. It is just mad. My cat is doing something here. Let's see if he wanna sit next to me actually. What up, bro? Here we have him. Let's see, do you want to sit here? Probably doesn't want to do that, maybe we'll see. But sometimes you want to get early circles, you want to get to the circles as fast as possible. Sometimes you do not want to do that because maybe it's very visible for you when you're running through the circles and enemies can see you. So what you want to do then is just try to run with the circle, because if you're running with it, it's, you know, you're kind of a bit camouflaged to the... Gosh, what are you doing? To the circle. I don't know. He's distracting me so much, okay? And as you can see, a lot of clothings which I usually use in the game as well. I tend to kind of, you know, have the same color of clothing as the map I'm playing. As you can see in this gameplay, I'm rocking the, you know, camouflage jacket. So I try to tend to, like, if I'm playing on a Wrangle, if I'm playing on Sanok, I tend to have green clothings. If I'm playing on Vikenda, I tend to have white clothings. This isn't as important on mobile because your clothing doesn't render in, like, you know, from 50 meters away or something like that. So, but in late circles, it does actually matter. I have won a lot of games late game because I've been able to see the enemies having like some kind of a weapon skin. They have like an orange weapon skin or like a helmet which are orange. It's so easy to spot that, okay? And white colors as well in like Sanok when it's like, you know, when you're playing the Thunder mode. It's very easy to spot enemies in that mode which has very bright colors. So yeah, I don't really recommend, if you're tryharding, I don't really recommend having bright colors on your hero. If you're just playing for fun, with all means, just have bright colors. It's just funny to have, you know, skins which you like. Oh, look at that. What is this guy gonna do? I'm pretty sure he's ran off the freaking mountain. Oh gosh, I remember this. This is not good. I almost killed, there's two enemies in that vehicle. I almost killed both of them. They ran down here. Look at my brother comes here. Accidentally shoot him. So they ran down with the vehicle here, and I thought they for sure would die from that. They survived, and it's almost I can't find them anywhere. I will be able to find them, but it takes so long for me to do it. They're basically right underneath me. I thought for sure they would try to swim away or something like that, but they just hide under there. Really fun. And like I said, this gameplay, as you're seeing right now, it isn't a gameplay which I'm trying to go for ranks. I'm just trying to go for kills, okay? So don't take this video as, this gameplay as an example of how you should play, because I'm playing is way too aggressive. When you're playing for ranks, you want to, you know, try to be safe. You definitely want to play more safe than what I'm usually doing, and you probably are playing more safe than what I am, because I'm a very aggressive player, at least when I'm going for kills, you know. But yeah, so one thing which you should really focus on when playing is you should try to at least come to like top 20, top 10, depending on who you're playing. If you're playing squads, top 20 doesn't really mean so much because there's like 40 players left. But if you're playing duos and solos, coming to top 10, top 20 is like, you know, you get a lot of more points, okay? Survival time is a big factor in PUBG Mobile rankings, okay? So basically our PUBG Mobile rankings, they do not really say how it works, but, you know, they're counting your average kills and your, like, average survival time. So you want to try to get your average survival time as high as possible. Doesn't really matter if you win, as long as you have a good survival time and also at least kill around 4 enemies every game, you know. You will be getting to, you know, Conqueror or high ranks a lot faster if you do that. Have a good survival time. Actually, me and my brother came up with this last season. We were playing, we usually play a lot of Sanok because we like playing Sanok, but playing a Wrangle in Miramar is actually better for ranking, okay? It goes faster because you get a lot longer survival time, because if you're playing Miramar, I know everybody hates Miramar, but Miramar, a game in Miramar can take 35 minutes, even more than that, okay? While playing on Sanok, a game is only, at max, like 24 minutes, okay? By playing on Miramar, you get those extra 13 minutes, if you win, that is. And those 13 minutes can give you, you know, a lot of freaking points by ranking. So if you want to go ahead and rank up as fast as possible, I recommend playing Miramar. But, you know, Miramar is probably the worst map in the game. At least a lot of people think so. But in terms of ranking, it's probably the best one. Maybe don't get as many kills, but that's really up to you if you can kill a lot of players or not. But yeah, that's basically the tips I had for you guys in this videos. I can't really come up with any more. We're just gonna look at the rest of this gameplay. I think I'm pushing someone here. I'm not sure why I haven't uploaded this gameplay, because it is a very good gameplay. I think we're getting 38 kills in this gameplay together. So we just knocked down, yeah, there we can see, look at that. Oh, look at that. Maybe I should go ahead and upload this gameplay. It's a good gameplay. Maybe I have, I just forgot it. I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure I haven't done that. But I just picked down 3 enemies right there. I think there's one left. I'm pretty sure there's one left, but I'm pretty sure we will also not be able to find that last guy. Look at that, he had an 8 times in a car. That's amazing. A lot of people sometimes question me. I think I have answered this time a lot of times before, but bro, why are you not picking up the Car 98? Why are you not picking up the M24? Okay, reason why I'm doing that in so many games is because I simply miss them. Okay, I run past them. You know, when I'm going for high kills, the hard thing about high kill gameplays, you know, you don't have a lot of time. Okay, I usually try to focus on getting, if I'm playing solo, you know, I want to get at least minimum 20 kills. Okay, if we're playing Sanok, that's 1 kill every minute. Okay, I usually tend to, you know, focus definitely on more than 20 kills. I try to, you know, get to 30 kills when I'm going for kills. And the hard thing about doing that is you don't really have time to loot, okay? Because looting actually takes a lot of time. Time just flies by when you're looting, so that's why I'm running past, you know, snipers and a lot of good weapons sometimes when I'm you know, looting other people. So there's the answer to that. Why I sometimes do not pick up Car 98s. I like Car 98s, I like M24, I love AVMs, okay? Except kind of when I'm playing on Sanok. I would actually argue that DMRs on Sanok is better, just because it's a smaller map, you usually encounter enemies a lot closer. AVM, Car 98 and M24 are weapons which are long ranged, okay? Using them mid-range and close range, it's just terrible, it's not good. What up, boy? There's my cat again, you can see his tail. But using DMRs in close range and mid-range actually works really well. I'm not sure what this boy is trying to do right here. Do you wanna take over my channel, bro? You already basically done that. But yeah, I think we have the end of this gameplay right here. I'm just gonna keep rolling it. If you guys have any more tips and tricks which you think people should enjoy reading, comment that down below, and I will go ahead and like them. You know, try to like them so they get higher up in the comment section and stuff like that. But anyway, guys, that was all for this video. Hope it's the next video. But as always, thank you for watching. If you want another tips and tricks video, like this video. I don't know. Bye.